Are we on?
I think we're on.
Yes, we're on. Oh, this is so great. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
And welcome to Disney Trip Tips. Me, Sandi Alexander, and my husband, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here.
We're in Florida.
Yes,
we haven't gone
show.
to the parks or anything.
Yeah, we haven't gone to the parks or anything like that, but we're back. It's been a while.
So dive in. Let's do some news.
Yes, I am. I'm diving in right now. What is the first thing I wanted to talk about was that DeSantis case.
Yes.
It was dismissed. Dismissed.
Yes.
So after more than a year of dealing with the governor, Disney officially, but they filed a lawsuit against DeSantis. Okay?
I remember, yeah.
The company claimed that DeSantis voted its First Amendment rights to free speech when
You violated me friggin' rights.
Blah, 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 blah. Well, Chapek wanted to add his 2 cents in then.
Well, that was the problem.
Going on. Right,
yes.
right. But no, he added it in again.
Disney, later?
Yeah. Disney did claim that the governor had waged a campaign of retaliation against them simply because they said something he didn't like. But the judge sided with the controversial governor. Is DeSantis really controversial?
Depends on your side.
I don't think so. But Disney's case against DeSantis has officially been dismissed. District Judge Alan Windsor said that Disney did not have a claim of retaliation because the laws DeSantis created that targeted the company are facially constitutional.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, as we discussed, 3 years ago when this all went down, Disney made a horrible mistake listening to its cast members and coming out against the bill very, very, very publicly. When they had the sweetest of sweetheart deals.
Yeah, they did.
And so all DeSantis did, and yeah, he was angry about the quote, don't say gay, unquote law, which never says that. They were angry about it. He was angry about their opposition to it, and they were so vocal. And they own ABC, they own ESPN, ABC runs a news division, The View is on ABC, all that stuff. So Disney had a substantial public platform with which to bash DeSantis, and the legislature of Florida. Let's not forget, he doesn't make the laws; he just signs them. So anyway, when it was time to quote retaliate unquote against Disney, all you had to do was look at their sweetheart deal. All you had to look at was that whole was it the not Buena Vista,
Reedy
Creek district, and how that was a de facto arm of the company, and nobody else is doing that. I mean, Universal answers to Orlando, SeaWorld answers to Orlando, Busch Gardens answers to Tampa Bay. Right? It's not that your business isn't welcome; it's just that you're not allowed to. And the best example of this was Disney was technically allowed to build their own nuclear reactor.
Right.
And nobody else had that deal. And so all they did in retaliation for Disney's very vocal opposition to the legislative program of DeSantis was they just said, all right, Disney, fine, you play by our rules. You play by the same rules everybody else plays by.
Right.
And there wasn't a hope in hell of Disney winning that, because they didn't carve out a law that said Disney was bad, therefore we will punish them with this law. All they said was Disney has to follow the same laws as everybody else.
Right.
And that substantially hurt the company because they had this huge advantage. And if they'd just shut up, they'd still have it.
That's true.
Well.
If they just shut up. Well, they did put out a statement. Disney said they highly disagreed with the judge's ruling, and their short statement says, this is an important case with serious implications for the rule of law, and it will not end here.
Oh, they have no hope on this.
If left unchallenged, this would set a dangerous precedent. I love when people add those 2 words, a dangerous precedent, and give license to states to weaponize their official powers to punish the expression of political viewpoints they disagree with. Well, again, that's not what it was about.
Yeah, the problem is that Disney lost special privileges. They didn't gain negative privilege. They lost something that they had had since the 60s as an attractive way of getting them to come here. But these, remember, we used to deal with local governments all the time. These nowadays you do it with a TIF, a tax incentivized financing,
right?
And those aren't written in stone either. because you're basically saying to the taxpayer and the citizens of the area that we're going to make things better based on what you're giving me, a stadium or a mall or whatever. And again, if you screw up and they just take it away from you, that's not, quote, punishing you. It's not, you're not being specifically punished. What you're being is singled out to be like everybody else. You got to follow Hard Rock's rules. You got to follow
to think about
Universal's rules.
Well, to think about it, all the attractions, Legoland, you're leaving them out, right?
Yeah.
So they got to follow along.
Everybody,
too.
yeah.
Everybody does. Okay, one more thing.
Which the shame of it is, I really do wish Disney still enjoyed those privileges, because they ran a tight ship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Walt Disney World is unlike any other place you've ever go to as far as traffic and things like that, as far as civil engineering. And we're losing out on that because they wanted to make a political point, which they could have easily made behind the scenes, which I think Chapek's initial inclination was to do it that way. To be like, we can't get all public with it because what's that? That doesn't help us in any way as a company. It may help the...
But then everybody gets in the uproar about it. So, okay, one more thing I've got where I just wanted to share this because there's a video of it online. You know how they're saying now Disney adults, people are making fun of them because people love Disney so much. Okay, well, this one fan apparently, whenever she goes into the Magic Kingdom, and in particular Pirates of the Caribbean, she gets her Dasani water bottle and fills it up with the murky waters of the Caribbean inside the attraction. Well, first of all, you know what? This is really wrong because that water is I would think a little dirty. But, you've got all the electrical and whatnot, going on there. But she takes it home, and she must have told someone this. But once her bottle is full, the guest screws the lid tightly, keeps the bottle with her so she can take it home and use the water from the attraction to cook a meal in her kitchen. Okay, now, there's this post. It's on Instagram from @DisRantium, DisRantium, tells the story of this POTC Love Struck guest whose one affinity, again, is filling up this water. And it's a gross behavior because, the water is heavily chemicaled, but it's still dirty, but that's just crazy. See, that adds to the, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll say craziness of saying Disney adults are crazy.
Yeah.
They're not.
Some are, some aren't.
Yeah, some are. I like Disney, but I wouldn't go do this.
I think it's probably like the rest of the population. 1 or 2% of people are
crazy,
dealing with challenges. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Where you think it's okay to use flume water?
Yeah,
to cook a meal?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
gross.
That's just absolutely ridiculous.
It's disgusting. Think of all
I think that's crazy.
The oil in that water just from the gears and things.
The gears,
right.
They have to keep the
rollers
gears in order,
have to be oiled all the time, right?
So and the water just circulates.
All the dust. They never dust the rafters there,
right?
But
the water, I assume, just circulates.
Yep.
Right. So why would you do that?
They add some when they need it.
Now there is a video of it, but this could all be BS too. But then again, there are fans out there that take this literally. Okay. Now
again. So that's like we were talking about the other day, where our son and I went to the airport about a year ago, and then there was a sign on the counter at the airport check-in, prominently, an 8.5 by 11 sign with huge letters that said, "Fireworks are not allowed in your check-in luggage, your checked luggage."
Right.
And why do you have if you have a sign?
Do you have to really?
That means that somebody thought it was okay.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have a sign saying, "Don't drink the flume water," because somebody thinks it's okay.
Yeah. Well, that's like
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that's like what was the other thing? Like when people were going overboard now with their their animals, the support animals.
Oh yeah.
And people wanted to bring like a peacock and
but there's no big sign. Now there's going to be a big sign of this say non-potable water or something.
Sure. But I think people in general, are basically have common sense, but I think there are those
crazy people.
No, they just take advantage. and they try to do it because, like you and I were chatting, Michael and I were chatting off the air while we were driving down about some stuff and just how people do things to get those likes.
You said doo-doo.
I said doo-doo. To get the likes on the page, to get the views on their page.
TikTok views.
Blah, 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 blah.
People do stupid stuff.
When it goes out, it goes out. So.
Yeah, and a lot of times they harm other people. All
yes,
right, first one you're going to love. It's your favorite ride in the Magic Kingdom. The old People Mover.
Oh, yeah, I love the People Mover. I think that's
do.
like, such a relaxing little ride and... and I'll have to go on it. What are we trying to do here? Oh, I think you're trying to play something.
Bye.
All right.
Here it is.
All right, so...
Okay, we have somebody just... the People Mover has stopped.
Right.
And this lady just gets off and starts to walk down that bridge.
Okay, I mean, because it stopped.
Yeah.
Well, that's like somebody...
But watch, the interesting part was she comes up on 2 cast members. This is on social media everywhere.
And they didn't do anything.
And no, well, they pointed her towards the exit.
Oh, okay.
So, but they're not telling anybody else to get off. They just point and then they walk in the other direction.
Wow.
So basically, this is much like that incident in California on Small World.
Oh yeah, did you see the lady?
I'm out.
Why would you? Why?
Because
the
you don't wanna
ride
sit
is stopped. They're making announcements. Forgive me. Are you that freaking impatient?
We've all got places to go.
Right. It's like that commercial. What was it? A Geico ad with George Washington?
That's right.
Oh my God.
He's crossing the
crossing the Route 13 or something, or Route 95.
The Delaware.
But it's absolutely
Memorial
insane.
Bridge.
Rules are put in place for a reason. I've said this over the years. They are put in place for a reason. But if the ride, in fact, when we were on it here, not too long ago, the boats were all backed up and they were banging into each other. Did we get out?
Nope.
No.
And I've been stuck on.
We just waited.
We've been stuck on the People Mover before.
That's true. Right.
For a long time.
We were stuck in the tunnel. And
no, we weren't.
Oh, I thought we were.
No, we were outside.
Dark.
Right, and there was something going on with it. Made it like, I don't know whether it was the fireworks or what. Where we weren't expecting to go to the fireworks anyway, so we were just sitting outside watching them.
Yeah.
Or some show. I don't remember exactly. Oh, it was.
What?
We were watching the Buzz Lightyear show for.
Okay. Yes. That's
the
it.
MCP.
That's it.
And so we had like the best seat in the house. So I guess I wouldn't leave in that case anyway.
No.
But obviously the cast members weren't upset. The internet's very upset. My God.
What do
you
they
got
say?
off a ride and walked away. And
yeah, I mean, see.
usually that gets you banned.
And I think there are two
she
sides.
seemed nice enough when I looked at it that maybe she just gets kicked out for the day.
Yeah,
this doesn't look like a lifetime ban.
Yeah, but let's put it this way. Did she cause anything to disrupt the ride that she got
We
off?
don't know that.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So, yes.
She definitely broke the Sermon de Sentado por favor rule.
Oh, yeah.
She did not say
You're
seated.
very good at that, Michael. By the way, if our recording sounds a little different, we don't have our studio here, so we're using a all guest desk mic. So, sort of like a conference microphone. So that's why we sound a little different here. Okay, now what else?
I looked into. You told me about the weekend here, the weekend of the 3rd and 4th.
Yes,
February
ESPN.
3rd and 4th, and this random weekend in February is packed. And yes, part of it's because there's a cheer competition at ESPN.
Yes, that's what
part
I found
of it's
out.
because the NFL Pro Bowl's in town, and there's nothing NFL players love to do than grab their 12 kids and go to Disney World when somebody else is paying for them to be here.
Oh, who was there that I meant to
Jason
tell you?
Kelsey was
That's it,
there,
okay.
but everybody goes.
Okay.
Right? So everything's booked. It's kind of nuts. You have to look ahead when you're picking your weekends. We say just come for the month of February. That way you don't have to worry about the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
You can go during the day.
Right.
But if you don't have that luxury, do something else. And so I was looking at the wait times as posted by allears.net.
Oh, my.
And it looks like the highest one today, this is last weekend, 120 minutes for
the Seven
Dwarves ride.
See, I don't know about you. I wouldn't have waited.
That's
I wouldn't wait that
2
long.
hours for a 70-second ride seems excessive.
But when you have little
And are we even
children,
allowed? Yeah,
oh
exactly.
my gosh.
Epcot had 130 for Ratatouille.
Wow.
The Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Oh, wow.
So over 2 hours for that, which is too long.
That's too long.
I will wait 45 minutes for that ride.
Because I know that everybody gets excited because, oh, we're moving, the queue's moving, but then don't forget you got to wind around everything. And then you got to...
Animal Kingdom, Flight of Passage, 240 minutes.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, that's the highest that's been in since it opened,
yes.
I think, right? Well, when you guys went that time...
So 4 hours. 4 hours to wait to get on that ride, which is cool. If you wait 4 hours, they should let you ride it twice.
That would be a good thing.
I think so.
But then what about all the other people that have been waiting in the line, too, that are behind you?
You're
at your 4-hour spot, and then the next group is at a 4 hours. So.
Yeah, if somebody waits 8 hours, they get to ride it 4 times.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I would not wait in that. That's why you have to book early.
Yeah, you'd never be able to. Yeah, because everybody merges at the end.
Right.
Well,
what are some of the other rides?
Let's
or
see
some of the other attractions. I like to say attractions because they really are their attractions.
Hold on. But Hollywood Studios, Slinky Dog Dash for 135 minutes, so 2 hours 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
What would you like to know about?
Well, how about Buzz
Rise of the Resistance, hour and a half.
We haven't done that one
Muppet
yet.
Vision 3D, still a solid 10 minutes. If it's hot, go watch.
That's the best place to go in and sit and relax, and then go around again.
Toy Story Mania, 45 minutes. That's a little long, but I'd say that's acceptable.
Oh wow!
For Toy Story Mania.
Yeah. That was at what time? At what time?
I was looking at around 10 a.m.
All right, so it is good if you go early, but then you also
early's always best.
Yeah, but then you also have to think when you go on these attractions, and you might want to go then later in the day or early evening when they're still open, because all the families with the little kids are usually gone then.
Yes, but still, the lines have been so long all day. There's you get no benefit at the end.
You really think so?
Yeah, I really think so. Remember,
you guys did it, and when the park was.
Yeah, but that was a Christmas party.
Yeah, that's true.
That's different, right? That's a limited guest participation event.
Yeah,
and that always works for everything, right? So, you go to one of the Animal Kingdom nights, and Flight of Passage it's like a half-hour wait.
Yeah.
But that's still the longest ride in there, right? Everything else is 5 minutes.
I'd like to go on that again. It's been, over a year?
Sometimes you can get in those rare circumstances where when we were doing Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, you'd get off, and by the time you finished climbing the stairs, you were getting back on. So you just went up and then back down into the queue, and the queue never stopped moving.
Oh, fun times.
Those were interesting. Yeah, and then Space Mountain. It's always a good idea to go, especially if you're just in it for the rides and not going for entertainment. Go to those parties, because that's where the best time waits are.
That is true.
In other news,
this is exciting. I'm sort of looking over because I still have the collectible books.
This is from Walt Disney World News Today.
Right.
Thank you for the article, Katie Francis.
Okay.
Good work here.
So what are they doing?
They're exchanging the pressed penny designs.
Yeah.
So 100 new ones coming to the Walt Disney World.
So what I have are collectibles, right?
They're getting there. Yeah, they might be worth a penny.
Okay. Well, whatever. I remember James.
It costs $1 to get them, but
that was our thing.
$1
with James when we first went there, and we've got 2 full books.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And
I love doing that.
The world has changed a little bit. I'm just like the newsstand. There's Captain Hook, and it's got, 3 designs per machine, and now you can do a credit card and get all 3. All 3.
Oh, you got a little bit of a cough there, honey. Drink something. Yeah. Captain Hook, Tinkerbell, and Peter Pan are available at the newsstand. Oh, you went too fast.
Oh, we're not going through all 100.
Oh, no,
all 100 of them, honey.
But if you go, as Michael said, you use your credit card, you can get all 3 at once.
There's Tony's Italian Restaurant.
I loved getting these.
This is a very comprehensive list, and if you want to see it, go to Walt Disney World News Today.
Can I share? I'll share it to the page.
If you'd like to.
I loved collecting those pennies. Well, so did James too. But I was like, these will be a collectible.
And even the penny machines are they're land specific. So this one looks like it belongs in Tomorrowland. Guess where it is?
Oh, what
Tomorrowland.
About that one? That one's all banged
Where do you
up,
think that one belongs?
Frontierland. Oh, Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland Speedway.
I don't know about that one. No, this one is Liberty Square.
Oh, Liberty Square.
And it looks like it belongs in Liberty Square.
Okay, yeah.
It's like if you had a Chippendale pressed coin machine, this would be it.
A Chippendale chair, not the dancer. Okay, a chair.
I wouldn't know. What are these dancers you speak
These
of?
dancers, oh my gosh. Oh yes, I have to, real quick story, side note. When I was in my early radio days, I had to introduce some of the Chippendale dancers where we were, where my radio station was, and they had come into town, and I have never seen such women go crazy. I did not do it. I can honestly say I did not do it. All I did was introduce them, and I walked away. I was embarrassed for the women. I really was. I'm not a prude, really, I'm not, but I was like, oh my God, that's my first and last time of doing that.
That's right.
Scantily clad gentlemen in front of me. My poor little Catholic eyes.
And then the other big thing going on in the Orlando region, this isn't a Walt Disney World top tip, but Universal is creating their new epic Universal Park.
Yeah, I was reading a little bit about it, but I didn't get to the bulk of it.
Yeah.
So what are they
adding? The
adding?
big question in Disney talk right now is Disney going to do anything to match this? Because it looks pretty darn awesome. Mm-hmm. It looks like they are all in on the theme park experience.
Well, right now they just have the two lands, right? They have Islands of Adventure,
right,
and Universal,
right. So this is still going to be Universal. It's just an expansion of the lands of Universal. So within Universal, they'll have Super Nintendo World, the Dark Universe. Hopefully that's scary because it's nice. Get a little jump thrill going.
Right.
Celestial Park, which is not IP based. It's the only thing. Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic. That sounds cool. How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk.
And what's the top one? Helios?
Helios, yes.
What's that?
I don't know. We'll find out.
My goodness, I know nothing of these games. I know nothing of what you speak.
You know nothing of what I speak.
But the pictures look quite nice. Well, wait a minute. They already have Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, but this is they're adding the Ministry of Magic.
Oh, the Ministry of Magic. Wow, that ought to be cool.
Yeah, they had Hogwarts and they had what was the little town?
Oh,
Diagon Alley.
Yeah, and Ollivanders.
That's Diagon Alley.
Yeah, Diagon Alley. Ollivanders is the store, right?
Dark Universe looks scary in their art things, and I don't see anything on Helios.
You know, to think about it, like I said, the attractions that are available. If you have kids that say, "Oh, I'm bored. I don't know," my gosh, there's so much. And I'm not sure what the costs are now, what it is to get into Universal, but I know it is a lot cheaper than...
No, it's really not.
No, it's not.
It's
a pass for Disney or something.
No.
There's like SeaWorld. That's fairly reasonable to get in. And all these places do have like annual passes, whatever they're called. So, but it's crazy. What are we looking up now? So
nothing.
But... that looks really cool, what they have going on there.
Yeah, and the question is, will Disney do anything to match it? Which, honestly, would have been a lot cheaper had they had their own government. Now they have to play by. I think this might be part of Universal going, okay, we got you by the even playing field now. Because remember, they were always playing catch up.
Yeah. So
that was another little tidbit of news. I saw it, and I don't have the source for it. I was reading an article where a guy got into the Magic Kingdom on an $8 1970s ticket.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that. That's exciting.
It had no expiration date, so they had to honor it.
So, but it looked like a regular ticket.
No, they looked like one in the 70s.
Okay, so
they looked like a fair
paper ticket. Okay,
yeah, paper ticket, right.
Wow.
You would buy a book of tickets. So
yeah.
That's how you got in.
And it had no expiration.
Wow. It had no expiration, right.
So they honored it. Well, I'm glad they honored it.
Oh, of course. I mean, your ticket, you're the ticket taker, and you have to honor it. You put that right in the main street, put it right on the wall.
Yeah,
there, right?
Yeah. Well, that guy's probably going, I'm not going back to Disney.
When we say your tickets last forever, we mean it.
I don't know about that, though, with these other things. So, but we hope everybody has had a wonderful, wow, so far into the new year, 2024, if anybody has any trips coming up. We haven't been back to the parks, in a few weeks. So, but we'll head back. I'm taking my sister. I'm taking her to Epcot.
Oh,
in
she's
the
never
next
been.
few
That's
days.
right.
She has never been. Now, when she and I went to California, I did take her to Disneyland's downtown area, and I had said, do you want to go in? You want to go see? Because that's what she grew up with. Well, she grew up with the Mickey Mouse Club, is what she grew up with. But she's never been to Epcot, and she's kind of excited because she wants to see, the, what is it, England Pavilion.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so that's where you want to take her?
She wants to go see that, and she wants to walk. Well, so we'll walk all around, and I'll show her everything. But I'm going to see if I can get her on Spaceship Earth.
Are you going to try and get her on Guardians?
No,
Okay.
but I'll try to get her on Soarin'. I think she'll ride Soarin', and she'll do Spaceship Earth. I think Guardians would be a little too much for her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's too much for her.
It's a lot of walking. I mean, at least least the center is open again.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to walk around the old fountain area.
Right. Well, she's interested in seeing all of that. So, but I think she'll be impressed with it. She's really never been. So it'll be exciting for both of us. So, and as Michael mentioned, down here now, or it should be wrapping up. I should say, yeah, it's wrapped up.
Yeah. So the next weekend, we're talking about last weekend.
Last weekend, because
next weekend shouldn't be too bad. Let's see what Universal.
The traffic was really crazy on 192 and on 4 going to the parks. So, and the gentleman at Walmart had said to me, "Yep, the cheerleaders are in town." And I said, "Oh, okay." And they were doing their stuff at ESPN, and as Michael said, the football game, what was that?
The Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl.
Yep.
That was going on. And there is a picture floating around, as you said, of Jason Kelsey. I think it was in Epcot. Yeah, he and his family were walking around. So, all right, what do you have?
Right,
prices?
but they probably had one of the...
the tour guides.
One of the tour guides, like the one we had.
Yeah.
So,
now...
so if you're going to go 2 park 1 days for $174.
This is at Universal.
Yep, that's just your retail price.
That's not bad.
1 day of a park is $119. That's only $10 less than Disney, though.
Yeah, and then a 1 day Volcano Bay ticket.
Disney's running at $130 right now, so $119 is $11 more. Not a big deal. So you said it's cheaper. It's just not. It's not.
And then don't forget, you got to get food in
remember,
there too.
There's not as much to do, right?
I think there was enough to do. But see, when we went, like we said, really, 2 or 3 days was enough to do Universal.
The dining plan. I mean, if you like all you can eat, that's the way to go. But it's the same stuff everywhere. There's no variation in food. It's all American. It's all.
I'm not big into all you can eat. I'm not that type of person. So.
But little kids, it might work. I don't know.
Yeah, start a hot dog in one place and finish it.
Yeah, get another hot dog somewhere else. The drink thing is pretty reasonable, where you can refill it a lot.
Yeah. Which
is handy in the hot weather, but that was just you had said that it was the same and that it was cheaper, and it's not. I remember looking into it when we were first doing these trips, like, hey, let's do a day at Universal, and you look at it and you're like, no, I've already spent money on Disney. Might as well just spend the day at Disney.
Yeah. All right. Well, we hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll tell you how everything goes with my sister, her visit at Epcot following week. Okay.
Nice. Can't wait.
Have a good one. Be safe. And I'm trying to get Michael to do another resort review, because we found another resort that was tucked away on Route 192. And I'm interested in looking at that one. Okay.